Hello everyone, I'm going to start with the introduction part of the book to introduce you first what the book is and by whom it's written. It's named Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, who was born into finance. It will teach you three main topics to actually how to avoid from irreversible losses, how to increase sustainable gains, how to beat self-defeating behavior of individual which directly affect person's ability to give full potential. Graham wants to mention just a second. Graham wants to mention that investor must know we cannot eliminate risk, but we can control the fares. Furthermore, what the writer emphasized by saying intelligence is about being patient and eager to learn things in short version. By saying that, also writer tells us intelligence is not art of brain, more it's about character. The sure thing that was not sure, it is called by the Graham, was about people's belief that growing industry will keep growing, which ended up with calamity. Now I will continue with chapter one. Chapter one is about speculation and investment. Investments consist of three elements. Elements are analyzing before buying stock, protecting yourself from losses, which are large in amount, being eager to give adequate performance, not extraordinary. But in some cases, people mix speculation with investment, which is collected as information on safety under high speed. The intelligent investor never looks for being right temporarily. Moreover, they even do not drop the stock when its price changes. They look whether underlying company business changed. On the other side, Graham says that always stocks change negatively or positively as their underlying company do well or not. Speculation should be treated as the way veteran gamblers behave against casinos, says Graham. Never delude yourself that you are investing when you are speculating. Never take speculating serious as it becomes more hazardous. You must have also limits on the amount which is wagered. Now, this is time to switch chapter 2. This chapter is about inflation and investment. As a conclusion of chapter 2, under the money illusion part, writer mentions that intelligent investor never should forget about estimation of inflation as it's never dead. Moreover, what is called half hedge by saying hedging, buying stocks when inflation is negative. However, it's not always true way to mitigate the inflation as situation that we can look at Japanese case in which dropping prices was appealing to the buyers, but then water torture happened against the world's second largest economy year after. Just one more thing mentioned by writer is to have defensive style by two ways, by branching beyond stocks. Two ways are rates and tips. Rates are real estate investments trusts, which are renting companies fighting against inflation and can give aidful hand in the long run. Tips trigger inflation protective securities. This works as the value goes up when inflation rises. Treasury bonds are risk free of default, so it's as insurance. Chapter 3 and 4. The center of the market history and general policy. Furthermore, with detailed information, chapter 4 writer gives us chance to learn how to be intelligent investor and mentions two ways: selecting, controlling dynamic mix of stock bonds, or creating automatic portfolio. Second thing is about how much to put under bonds or cash. In other words, it's about to allocate your research, assets between stocks and bonds. Graham advises you never to have more than 75% of your total assets in stock. But question is that is it always the case? For tiny minority, 100 stock portfolio may make sense due to the Graham. You are one of them. Actually, if you have set aside enough cash to support your family for at least 1 year, or you will be investing steadily for at least 20 years to come, or you survived the bear market that began in 2000, and so on. There are more details that you have to look. Unless you can honestly pass all these tests, you have no business putting all your money in stocks. Anyone who panicked in the last bear market is going to panic in the next one and will regret having location of cash and bonds. Furthermore, writer gives us information to learn about ins and outs of our income. For example, taxable or tax-free, uh, buy tax-free municipal bonds unless you are lowest tax bracket. When you buy bond, actually from 400 or 1K bond tradable, then tax is not a point to focus as it goes to trash. Short term or long term, if interest rates rise, bond prices fall, although a short term bond falls far less than a long term bond. On the other hand, if interest rates fall, the bond prices rise, and a long term bond will outperform shorter bonds. You can split differences simply by buying intermediate term bonds maturing in 5 to 10 years, which do not soar when their side of the seesaw rises, but do not slam into the ground either. For most investors, intermediate bonds are the simplest choice since they enable you to get out of the game of guessing what interest will do. There are more about chapter 4. We can look at bonds, bonds or bond funds, or cash is not trash. It's needed to look at the chapter 4. Thank you for attention. Now my group mate will continue with further information.